Hello,
Hi
we're
friends,
back
we're back.
again. Hopefully this time we'll have a little bit easier time.
We're going to
Uh,
call that company and have them
there's like
help
a
us out.
delay with camo being on, and it's, you know,
It's being odd. There's a delay with it, and I don't
yeah,
like it so much.
it's one of those things where if you have um, two different streaming services going, we have Camo and StreamYard, and if one of them is not awesome, then everything is not awesome. So we're gonna go back with the old ways of just my phone, and we're just gonna use my phone instead of
Yeah,
having.
just what we're gonna do is we're gonna have to call those people because we paid
Yeah, just
for it.
close that out so I don't have to see it. I'm
Um,
not.
I'm gonna do something real
Back it
quick.
up. All right. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna flip back over, see if I can get this happening again. We're gonna do the thing camera, back camera. Okay, we're back on. Old time. Hello, Cherie. Hello, Deanna. Oh, sorry about that, y'all. That was really annoying. Someday we're going to have it. And I can't tell if it's our
Not our fault.
internet.
It's camo. It's 100% on them right now.
Yeah, it's camo. It's not great. All right, so this actually you can see it pretty well. So we'll have to did you get it where you got it to all the TGB and everything? So here is what I did with those wooden beads, and here's some that have not been done. So this is the one, if you guys remember, I was painting these Sunday night. Hello, Jeanette. Hello, Clem. Thanks. These are great. These wooden beads are fun to paint. They're massive. It's like they're massive for wooden beads, but they're not massive. So that's that one. And you guys remember I painted this one? And then check these out. I'm going to get. So this has got some stuff on it. Look at this. Isn't this cute? Yay, Karen. Mary, you guys are making your way back. Sorry about that. Azalea's getting ready to get all fired up.
Oh, they're gonna receive some email.
Email? I'm surprised you're not on the horn.
They don't have a phone number, of course. They know the way.
This is for string dolls. So here's another head. That one came out pretty cute. I did these pretty fast. Look at this froggy one. Isn't this cute? So I don't know what happened to it. Azalea had a string doll out, and I was going to make that for, like, we had some bodies sitting around. They're like made out of, and then this is, that one. So let's put some UV resin on it. So these are chopsticks, and I have this UV resin from Amazon, and it's like the whole thing is coated with resin from my sticky gloves. Oh, thank you, Mary. She says she loves my frog. And really, all of them, thank you. A little salamander girl. She's kind of like a salamander girl. Kind of. Could be. We saw some salamanders the other day. This is the satisfying part. I'm going to move these over. And I have on a light. Right now they're a little bit tacky because they are not, I don't think they are 100% dry. And sometimes they take a minute to dry. Okay, I'm going to get this. This kit came with these little finger things. Isn't that funny? I was like, I guess it's good to show or it's good to keep the sticky part off of your own hands. But the bottle is super sticky. So I'm going to put a blob on here all the way around. Now the key with UV resin is not to go too thick. Your inclination, as is mine, is to go a nice thick layer. Now you could do a little dish and pour some in there and dip it and go all the way around. But then what are you going to do with all that resin in the dish? You got to clean that out. So I don't want to do that. I just want to do it this way. And so I have a little mat underneath this. All right. I'm going to get a little bit more, I think, for the top. Now, if you go too thick, the problem is setting up. Yeah, Karen, I have some silicone brushes somewhere. It's in my kit. I don't have it handy right now. Oh, I see a place that I missed. This is the kind that is self-leveling, so it'll kind of work itself out, which I like. They have doming styles. A lot of this comes in different finishes. And this is like water clear. Now, if you get any kind of air bubbles, which you might not see it, but if you see any, you can pop them with a little needle, or I see a piece of hair right there when I get that. You can use your breath. I'm looking for bubbles right now. That was blowing out when I saw. But you can use a heat gun. Hair dryer doesn't work as good. Not sure why. I think it's the oxygen that's doing it. There's that little piece of fuzz. There it is. I got it. Marty as always wants to be involved. Okay, so I have this little thing here that it came with. Let me move this over. I'm going to turn this on. And if you've ever made glass beads, you're going to recognize some of the movement here. I'm keeping it turned so that right now the layer of resin that's on it isn't going to like slide to one side and make a dip. Oh, Nancy says, I've never played with resin. Am I about to get addicted? Well, maybe. It can be fun, but it can also be kind of annoying. But that's just the balance of these materials. Like, I've used every different kind of resin that exists, and this is one of the more challenging ones, I think, just because it's, you got to either work fast, or you have to have, like, your light source has to be good. And this is about 5 minutes that this light will last for. And I kind of feel like 5 minutes isn't really enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to harden the outside and then go ahead and put I have this other UV light that's an LED light, and that kind of seems like it's good at hardening it. We got them at Lowe's. Now I'm going to do this one. I've been looking forward to doing this one. Cat hair and resin, Colite. It's that's why usually I have to do this outside. I can feel my arms sticking to this mat because I dripped resin earlier on it, and now my forearm, every time I turn my arm, it sticks to it. The good part about this is it will just peel right up after it's been set. But if it doesn't clean up and it stays tacky, you can just use some alcohol. Yeah, the resin or the silicone brushes work pretty well. They work really well. This was fine though, because then I can just pitch it in the garbage and I don't have to clean it. But if I were going to clean it, I would just use alcohol. A lot of times with resin, I have a love-hate relationship to it because I don't really want to clean it up afterwards, because it is messy. It's for sure messy. You know, you want to put plastic down. In this case, I put a silicone mat, but if you don't have that, you could use cardboard or like newspaper, whatever you've got that'll protect your furniture, because it will make a mess. So that looks pretty well. The temptation here is to make that layer thick. And even though a lot of these will say, oh, 5 millimeters should be well and truly enough, I kind of feel like that's a little too thick and it won't set up. Even though it says it will, I don't think it does. I think that's just, you know, wishful thinking. Like you want it to be so, but it's not actually so. And you know what the other thing is? If you want a nice thick coat and you're like, oh, that looks like I put my finger in it or whatever, then you could put another layer on it. Now here I can see with this light, I can see that there's some spots that I don't like. And well, it looks like it already set up. So I'm gonna have to just live with it. See that little area right there?
No, it already set up so quickly.
Well, you know where I wanted to patch it up, it's set up. So that's good, but I wanted to get those little flaws out. Now, if that really bugged me, I could take a little X-Acto knife and just shave it off. Like right here, I might do that. But otherwise, I could just go over it with another layer. But you can see here where I didn't quite get all the way on there. You can add another layer. But they look like glass beads, don't you think?
I like how they look. They're very satisfying.
Mm-hmm. I am pretty happy with the way that one came out. It's like candy. This one actually came out perfect. There's no air bubbles at all. I love it. So I'm going to try it on one of these little heads. I think that looks cute. We'll do it on this frog because he needs a slick face.
Cute.
Yeah, you could use any kind of cup. Yeah, any kind of cup, and you can just pitch it. Add more resin. Yeah, I will do that. And lots of ventilation. Clem says, yes, yes. Ellen says, I'm loving the twice a week broadcast. Wednesday is magical because it's Kate and you spill on knowledge and inspiration. Nice. Oh, as I haven't received a few invoices from a few weeks ago. Well, Azalea will check on that. Ellen Gradman.
I believe I sent you a message, Ellen.
Oh, so check your email and your spam box, spam folder. Sometimes Spotify can be seen as spam.
The only time anybody's invoices get left out are if you might think it got left out because maybe you didn't look, maybe it went to your spam, because sometimes that happens, or if I do not have your contact information. And if I don't have your contact information, I'll try to find you on Facebook and message you so I can get your email and address, because Shopify won't let me send a Facebook invoice. I have to have your email address. So if you don't check your Facebook messages, you might not see that, and then an invoice can get left out. But I don't ever leave people out and then make no effort, for sure.
Yeah, Zoe will try to track you down. All right, what I'm doing right now is I'm popping all the air bubbles that I'm seeing, because you don't want those to be permanent unless you have a kind of, that's the aesthetic you're going for. I'm going to breathe on this one now to see if that will. I know it's a little weird, but it kind of does it. So I think that's it. Maybe add a little bit more to the back of this. They say 5 millimeters. You don't want to go bigger or thicker than that. This is really thin. But I did fill up a bezel that was not even 4 millimeters. Not even. I would say 3.5, maybe less. And that did not set up. The thing to do, if you get resin that doesn't set up like this and it's UV, you can just put it outside on a really sunny day, and that will take care of it. Or it should take care of it. Now here, you can see I'm doing like a glass bead. I'm keeping it moving so the resin doesn't slide off. You guys, we have our, glass table set up. So that's coming soon. I'll be able to show you guys tutorials from my glass days. Hopefully I pick it right back up. Nancy says, does it release easily from the chopstick? Am I jumping ahead? Yeah, it comes off. I haven't had any problems with them coming off. I mean, they're not, it's not on there, like, aggressively, I guess. But if there's any like, spots that did not get filled, I might have missed it because this light is hard to see. But if that's the case, it's easy enough to just stick it outside. And then once it sets up, you can see how this is set up on this already. And you can just easily peel it. Like all the stuff that's on this mat, it's set up already. Alright, let's see what people are saying. Karen says they are gorgeous. Thank you. Sheree says, love the faces, especially the frog. Oh, you know what? I don't know why I didn't think of that. Colite, I have some little silicone dishes. I totally forgot about them. But I guess that's a good thing for them because then you can just dump the rest. But this is a lot less waste, I think.
Would you like soda water?
Oh, yes. Thank you, daughter. Let's do this one. She's kind of like a mushroom or maybe like, I don't know what her face reminds me of. I'm going to move this back. Oh, Cherie says, I did a bit of stained glass years ago. Are you speaking of fusing glass? Cherie, I am talking about lamp work glass, which is where you have a torch, you have glass rods, and you have to use a kiln to fire them afterwards, or not fire it, I guess you would say anneal. You would anneal them and they soak in there for a bit. Yeah, this one kind of gives me vibes of like ceramic a little bit. Yeah, it's super fun. I haven't had my set out in, boy, it's been many years, but me and Sheila, that's my sister, we used to sit in our garage where we had the lamp work set up, and we'd have both of those torches going. We had three torches. We have a 2 minor bench burner and 1 major, and the major is used for borosilicate glass, which is like Pyrex. So that looks pretty cute, actually. I'm looking right now to see if there's any bubbles or anything like that, or places that I missed. I'm looking more for the bubbles because if there's little bald spots of resin-free zones, it's easy enough to just add more later. So that looks pretty much like I think I've got the majority of the bubbles out of that. Okay, I'm gonna blast it with the UV.
While all of your little bead heads are setting up, we should do a lot sale.
Oh, that's a good idea. It's a fine idea. I'm going to do this last one, this last pink head, and then we'll do that. You know what's fun is these beads are not 100% round. They're a little bit oblong. And that kind of gives it that organic shape that I like. You know, I love beads that are not perfectly round. Those are kind of my favorite ones. Kind of reminds me of a rotisserie chicken. Turning this, but it's actually this is actually the same process as glass bead making. Cherie says, I'm curious, in your travels, did you come across a glass artist, Sean Atari? It's possible. You know, I'm not great with names. So if I did, then I don't even know. Maybe. Man, this one opaly one, it's covered in cat hair.
I know. It got dropped for real.
It got dropped. So I'm going to do this one and then we'll move on. This is the one I was looking forward to the most, of getting that on there. Ooh, a little aggressive with that pour. Yeah, she kind of reminds me, this one will look so good when it's like on the little body. It's gonna look so cute. We did make some of these with the bodies with pipe cleaner and polymer clay heads. That reminds me, I did see a message or a note, like a comment saying, have I ever made polymer beads and covered them with resin? I have, but sometimes you got to work with the polymer and do a test because sometimes the polymer doesn't like the UV resin and it chews it up and looks terrible. So sometimes you got to check it. Because I'm not sure if there's like, if it's because of the formulation, because sometimes resin does not like, or no, Sculpey does not like polyurethane. Oh, see that side, how it's getting kind of like a bubble of resin and it magnifies it? It's kind of cool. But see, it'll make a drip spot and you don't want that. I wouldn't mind it if it was on her face to kind of magnify her face, but I don't want that necessarily for the rest of it. I'm going to try and move it. This is really liquidy resin. I've worked with some that was very, very thick. And sometimes that can be easy, but to get it to kind of do what you want. Oh, it's kind of, I left it sitting too long and you saw that, how it's, need to get it on the top of the head, but I don't want it to fall off. It's a slippery slope. It could come off. All right, I'm gonna just bake it and see. I can always do the, if there's needs to be more on that. Whoops. That was what I was trying to avoid. Okay, I'm gonna hit it up with this. Clem says, this coming Sunday morning I'm going to take a beginner's course in glass bead making at a place here in Sebastopol. I'm really looking forward to it. You will have so much fun. It is addictive, very addictive. Now this one, see, there's a little bit of something happen here. And that can happen if there's any moisture or if there's some kind of, like if there's something on the mat. But what I can do if I have these little flaws here is I could take an X-Acto knife and just cut them off and then go back over it with another layer. But if it's at all tacky, I'll wait, because then it's, otherwise you'll get what's called a satin matte finish from touching it too much with your bare fingers. So that's not a big deal if I don't like. So if you have a spot where it's kind of ruined like that, I don't know if you can see that little, there's like a bunch of, a little pocket of air bubbles. You can just cut those off with a super sharp X-Acto knife, a really fresh blade after it's set up, and then you could go over it with another coat and you won't even see it. So she looks pretty good. I think better with her face glossy. I think it came out pretty cute. Oh, Cherie says, is it an expensive endeavor? Yes, it is, Cherie. Yes, it is. I would say that, like, you could get a little hothead. I don't know what the prices are like now, but I remember buying a hothead, which is like a matte gas torch, and it's not expensive. I think it's like 20 bucks, but if you get any other bigger torch, they go up to a couple $100, all the way up to one of the great big ones can be like $500 or $600 if you get into borosilicate glass. I'm gonna move this stuff off out of the way. Oh yeah, Colite, that's a cute idea. You could paint a, let me see, an oxalotl girl face.
Ooh, that's cute for our eyes.
Oh yeah, that's a super adorable. Now I want to do that. I've got all my stuff ready. Cherie says, I will watch and absorb. And how about a salamander doll? That's an adorable idea. I love it. All right, I'm going to put this and all of this, since I have this silicone pad, once this sets up, if it was tacky at all, I could just set these on the porch. Right now it's too dark, but tomorrow I could just set these beads out under the noon sun and they should be ready. So my cleanup is just this. You just peel that later.
I'll peel it now.
No, it's not quite set up. Boy, I had that stuff on my arm and it's sticky.
All right, you ready?
All right, we're gonna move on in here. Azalea's moving in.
Azalea is sleepy. Too sleepy for a long life today.
No, not a long life. You know what? Painting those wooden things was kind of like relaxing. I feel like I could do that for a while. All right, here we go.
Get on in here. All right, Kate, you can start with anything.
Okay. So I'm gonna start with. Oh, I had these in the collection. Azalea pulled out stuff from the old school ways. So Azalea, tell people how this works again.
Okay, so the tag has a price and a lot number, and if there's something that you see that you want, all you have to do is comment the number. You can comment lot 542 or just the number 542 for those. What are those called?
Oh,
Those
these
pearls.
are called wing pearls. I've had these in my collection a lot of years, and they're really cool. You can't really get these anymore. It's like the fashion with some things. I have a couple lots. I don't have many of these left. I've made earrings with them, and they come out pretty cool. But they're made when the pollution was less. So you've probably seen some pearls that had kind of low luster, where they're pretty, but they're not like super shiny or whatever. That's because the pearl itself has been grown in an environment where there's not as much nutrients, and it can't grow as a thick enough layer of nacre in the same amount of time as in like super pristine water. So the cleaner the water, the faster these layers grow, and the more layers you get, the more rainbow iridescent. So you can kind of see, I don't know if you can, like how rainbowy these are. They're really pretty. So if you like these, they're $15, lot 542. And if you see this on replay, you can always just message and we'll get back to you if it's still around. Sometimes people will email later and we'll see. I have one more set of those. These are a little bit smaller, a little bit different shape. This is kind of this is 10, 524. These stick pearls, they're drilled all the way across. Pretty nice. You can see there's a lot of iridescence. They're kind of a pink and green. I held on to a lot of the more organic type pearls. So that's lot 524, 10 for these two. All right, organize, organize, organize. Lisa says, Azalea, are you seeing bids? Yes.
Yes,
Azalea
I got
is
you,
seeing...
Lisa and Julie for
Oh,
lots
Julie
542.
listing.
And now I'm seeing Julie for 524.
All right, this is a Shibu Ichi snail. That's silver and copper. Shibu Ichi. It's a Japanese alloy that was once used on samurai swords or a katana. The guard that went over the hand, you've probably seen them. It's like this big with a hole that's a slot that comes in this way, and there'd be a lot of carving. The reason they would use this metal is it's not only beautiful, but it's super hard. So if this piece didn't have this hole here, we would just throw it back and remelt it because it's too hard to even try to drill it. It would just break the drill bit. All right, so that's $528. It's $18 if you're interested, and you can message us. And yeah.
Very nice.
Mm.
Oh, yeah. The last time we put that out, Jermaine came along and snapped that up in like 2 seconds.
So I have a few of these left. $526. This is a really juicy rose quartz. Look at that. Faceted, beautiful. Lot 526. Yeah. All right. What's next? I thought I had another piece of Shibu Ichi. I have a couple of Shibu Ichi things tonight, you guys. All right, so this one is 541. Look at this little mushroom. So I had Greg make me a bunch of these, and I put them on some macrame necklaces that I'd made, and they were very delicate. and I'd place them with a very earthy mix of garnets and these little Charlottes that were made out of steel. I picked them off of a purse, if you can believe that. So this is $5.41. It's $16. It's a little mushroom I saw in the forest.
Someone just asked a question that was
Oh, I
interesting.
must not have seen it.
Sherry asks, is rose quartz a natural stone?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So
you can
wonderfully pink
actually
like that.
find it here. We found some in the creek. A lot of times the really juicy pink stuff comes from, I believe, I want to say, where does that come from? I'm going to have to get my book out. But usually I would, you know what? I would almost bet like Tanzania. Like a lot of those gemstones come from those places. All right. So this is tourmaline. These are well drilled.
Look how that vibrant green. I love them.
So this is 16. Micro-faceted. Look, there's even a little section I have. How many of these do I have, Azalea? 4 of them? 3 or 4 of them?
We have 4 just sitting here, I believe.
Okay,
3
so
or
that's
4, but
$5.43 to $16. It's a great price. I bought a veritable, I don't want to say how, like, this is one of my all-time favorites, and I'll tell you why. So on that strand, I can make, so if I'm making earrings or a thread necklace, I can actually have a lot of variation with it because look at how big the holes are. So that strand, look, I don't know if you can see that, but that's a pretty good section. So you get a good variety. You get the black tourmaline, you get the pastel shades, you get the green, and then you get the pink and blue. And that's 16. I have 4 of them. It's $5.43. All right, sweet. I'm gonna do this one next. So I have this one. It's $28. It's a pretty heavy duty piece. I asked Greg to make this for me because I had a necklace, and he made me 2 of them. And so here's the other one. I already sold the other necklace. But what I did with it was I made a treasure necklace and I took it to the Big Crafty. My rendition had a really good stone in the middle.
Oh, I'm jealous of that.
Yeah, it sold right away. So let's just picture it for a moment.
Oh, that raw ruby.
Mm-hmm.
Or rough.
Yeah, so that's where you can
good.
easily dingle-dangle a piece in there.
Teresa got it.
Yeah, there's only this one. Greg made me 2, and it looked really good. Really good. All right, so here's some mix and match. So this here is a sterling cloud and a Shibuichi bird. All right, this is 40. That's actually, usually I charge more for this piece, but that's kind of a special. On my Etsy shop, sometimes I would mix and match them, so you'd get a little bit of difference on that. Just like, say, I have a necklace over here that I finished the other day with a mix and match. Yeah, so that's like this. I should always do that. Doesn't that look particularly good? I can hardly even stand it.
What is that, Shibu and silver?
Shibu and silver. So this is the clouds are silver and this is Shibu. And that's $5.39. It's $40. Very good heavyweight piece of silver.
Lot gorgeous.
Lot gorgeous. It is. It's the lot gorgeous. All right. Let me get what else is in there. Oh, and now I have one here that is silver with a bronze bird.
They're similar, but they're
similar,
they're
but
not
that's
the
not.
same.
They're not the
Should we
same.
compare them?
Yeah. So if you're thinking about it,
I'll show them both at the same time
Yeah.
so people can see.
now I've put
Glory.
this. Yeah, we should. Like that flies over that. Kind of hard to see it under this light. You know. Oh, Cindy wants 531 with the
Thank you,
silver and
Cindy.
bronze. Yeah, I love that one. I think they're both pretty. But that is, oh yeah, this one I was going to say, this is my favorite one. I'll polish this up and get it so that it's extra burgundy. So Shibuichi, when the actual metal color itself is kind of a rosy, kind of a pinky color, because of the copper and the silver, when they mix, they become Well, you can see it here a little bit better. See, it's kind of a burgundy, so I'll polish that up for you to get it nice and striking. All right, so I have a few of these.
Should have the exact amount on the back of the tag.
All right, so there are 4 of this funny little carrot charm that I made. Eventually, I'm going to make the whole garden. I'm going to do like a potato and...
I like the faces you put on those.
Yeah, there's a little face on there. So there are 4 of these.
Looks like he just woke up.
Mm-hmm. So it's a little heavy, a little cute thing. I usually have this in pewter. It's a new piece. I don't know if I'll make these again. But if you would like one, it's lot 527. I think these came out super cute. It's a subtle face. You don't see it until
Extremely
you...
cute. We got 3 left.
All right.
Only 3.
All right. So I only have one of these. This is... Where's the front?
Oh, I like that piece.
Yeah. So this is a silver hand and heart. It's 32, lot 538. It's kind of a Victorian piece. I've had a lot of compliments on this.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
Mm-hmm. Let's get in there a little closer. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Oh, thank you, Kay. Yeah. I made some of these a long time ago for Nina. You guys remember Nina Bagley? Back in the day, she made some sweet, sweet necklaces with that. All right, I'm going to show you guys some of these lockets. So I have 3 today. All right, this one's 40. It's more of a bubble shape. I'll polish these before I send them out. I've just got my batch of pro polishing pads, so I will buff all these before they go out. And they open, it's pretty genius, with a little nut, and the locket opens like this. And so there's about 1 millimeter on each side, so this one would be suitable to...
I grabbed a variety. That one, when it has...
this
when
is
it's
perfect
shallow,
for a picture. This is like, you know, there's a shallow one that's perfect for a photo. So that's lot 535, and it's $40. If you're watching the replay and you want it, you can just give us a message and we'll let you know if it's available.
That's funny. Anne says, when we complained there was nothing to eat, my mom would tell me and my sisters to have a carrot or an apple. We're in our 50s and it still cracks us up. I think of that whenever I see carrot beads. Oh, that's goofy.
That's really cute. And it's also
like
healthy.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. The kids do not like that story when I'd say something like that. This one, I'm pretty...
Fruit?
So I got a bunch of these because I take them to the art festival and I make tiny paintings and I sell them with I sell them with a painting inside. So these, I'm just, you know, right now I'm just selling a few of them so that you can paint your picture, whatever you want to put in there. So this one is $38. It's lot 5. Is that 39 or 34?
4.
34. Lot
534.
534. Teresa says, I designed some fabric with little anthropomorphic veggies a couple of years ago. That sounds cute. Yeah, let me show what that looks like when you have a picture under it. How it really blows it up. Oh, we could use one of my cards here that I had hanging around. I got this little set. Isn't this so adorable? I love this lady's artwork. And she made this this in a tin. So of course I had to get the little travel size version, even though I just leave it home. Let's look at this one under it. Oh, you know what? I'm carving a lamb. We'll look at this one.
I do my tarot all the time.
It's fun to... I do pull a card and just see what it says. Sometimes it's kind of fun to, you know, see. Yeah, see how it kind of magnifies that? Pretty cute, huh?
It does it more when you move it away. Like a normal.
Yeah, you can see it when you're...
Maybe hold it above it.
Mm-hmm. But this is about...
That one's little, that one's not so shallow, is it?
No, it's like a... Look, that's how thick the glass is.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, which tarot set is that? This one is
Kim Kranz.
Kim Kranz.
Pocket
I love
Tarot
her
Guidebook.
work.
This is the one that's the Wild Unknown Tarot.
They're just really
but they
beautiful
made a small
artwork.
version.
Yeah, it's my favorite one is this one. This is my favorite, very favorite of all time.
Oh yeah, spirit animal. Oh, because it's got the rainbow on it.
Oh,
of course.
it does have a rainbow, you guys. But these are all animals. And so this one has a lot of animals, but it's not as many animals as in the one.
That one says tarot on it, but it's the format is closer to oracle than tarot.
I know, you guys have to, it's totally up my street because all of these,
I wonder if they call it tarot.
Isn't that
or
so
they
pretty?
Call it oracle.
Oh my god, I love them. Look at that, the cosmic eggs. The artwork is just so beautiful. Even if you're not a tarot person, pulling one and like thinking about the message on it is kind of a relaxing thing. I just love the artwork.
Yeah,
That
me
one was-
too. I love the bat and the crow. And
Mm-hmm. It's so pretty. Yeah, isn't that so cute? This is my favorite one. Look at that dragon, that rainbow.
Lisa likes to spell gorgeous in the goofiest way she can think of.
Mhm.
Gorgeous.
I know. I love that. Look at that one. Raccoon. So sweet. There's pretty much every animal that you can think of. And I told my brother, I was like, how is it that this set is what I need to hear? Is it because of the pattern recognition in my brain? Finding pattern? Possibly. But anyway, that comes in that little tin. And it's really cute. All right, back to what I was talking about. Oh, well, here's one more of these. So this is a big one. It's 48. It's brass. Nice. This kind of traditional. These are based on the idea of the Victorian pool of light. Let's see. That's how it magnifies. I know. So anyway, I get these to do little paintings, and I sell them as little originals under there. But yeah, you can just get it and have it plain.
I'm back. I was kissing my cat.
So that one is $5.32. I'm from New York. So that's how they open right there, is that little nut. Easy. All right. What next? Oh, I have some chain, you guys. If there's any interest in this chain, these are different sizes, but they're the same price. So this one is, what's the size on this, honey?
It should say on the back.
Oh, this one doesn't have it on the back.
Oh, what? I guess I neglected that one. That one might be the 24-inch. That's a 24-inch.
Okay, so this is...
The other ones are labeled.
14, 540, brass mini paper clip chain. It's already finished. I use these in my necklaces. And I put a coin on it.
Oh, we gotta
So-
move this out of the way. If we have that on for too long, we get in a little bit of trouble.
All right. 540, and it's $14. Finished chain.
Lisa.
Very
Lisa-
easy
Lisa
to
Young.
use.
Thank you.
And then here's one, a bigger paper clip chain. This one's also 14. This is 545. A little bit bigger paper clip. You see that?
That's a silver plate, isn't it?
Yeah, silver plate.
Does it say
I
the
should've-
size on the back? I wrote it that time.
Yeah, let's see.
The length should be yeah.
20 inch.
Oh, I like that one. That one is probably my favorite out of all of
Mhm.
them.
Yeah, I would say, look how good that would look with this one. Yeah, I think that's... Or, you know what? Whoops. So that's $5.45.
You
$14.
show this one already?
I did not.
I think so.
Oh, I went out of
Shut up.
order?
No, it's fine. Doesn't matter.
Okay, here's an even bigger
It's a
paperclip
20
chain,
inch.
20 inch.
That one's like really symmetrical. and perfect.
$5.37. Yeah, these are a lot bigger links. I think paperclip is my favorite chain.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's really pretty.
20-inch brass chain, I believe.
Mm-hmm. This is
all three of them are finished already.
$5.37. Yeah. And a little bit unusual. All right, so that's... And I think I did this. This is the last of that chain. This is a little bit different. This one is 18 inch, 536. This is also plated.
That one's nice and fine.
This is a thinner one.
What's the size again? 18 inch?
18 inch.
I've always
So
gone
that's
for a shorter necklace.
536. Yeah, I think young people tend to go with 18 and 16 inch necklaces. I tend to see that when we're at the big crafty or more different shows. I always see that. You know, and I personally like a long chain. I don't like it too close to my neck, but you know. Alright, I have a few gemstones. These are some out of my deep dive into my collection.
Thank you, Cindy. That's like 3 bids in a row.
Maybe she wants to make some necklaces.
Very nice. Thank you.
Alright, so this is some rough ruby. It is undyed. It is in its natural state.
I love seeing the layers like that.
I know, me
clearly.
too. I got these probably 20 years ago from our friend Kia, if you guys remember.
Rich color too.
So, what's that say? $5.30?
Yeah.
And they're $10.
My pen started drying out. Yeah, that's really for rubies.
So they're drilled okay. Like you can see, it's not a huge
They were
hole.
easy to string.
But yeah, look at that. That's mid weight soft flex, so it's not
Medium weight soft flex, and they have room to move around.
all right. So thank you, Mary. That's
Thank you, Mary.
$5.30. She's got some ruby. I got another one.
We got a secondary rough ruby, and then we have some faceted cube rubies you guys will see next.
All right, so this is lot 525 also. Some more of this. So these are not faceted or anything. What you're seeing is the actual growth. These aren't cut. This is the natural, like, how do you say that when it's,
Oh, I gotta show my necklace. I forgot.
oh, Azalea wants to show up. That's the faceting. That's the natural growth of the crystalline structure. So that shine is for that. 525 natural ruby. Pretty good. I would say I would make earrings out of that. That's what I would do with that. Because when they catch the light, it has a really pretty effect. Cindy says, I'm layering up some of those GGS pieces I've been saving. It's a good idea. Oh, yeah.
This is a necklace my mom made for me a few years ago with all these fancy little bits on it.
Yeah, a lot of those I carved.
Like, here's a ruby right there.
Yep. That one I carved, that ruby. So I have taken some
Sunstone?
of these and then put them in on the lap grinder.
I'm gonna probably the way you made it with the cord is good, but I'm probably gonna put these beads on a fancier necklace style.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that was just temporary to, you know,
When
for
I
right
was
now.
real little too, or maybe when I was like maybe 14 or something.
Mm-hmm. Well,
So-
that's, yeah, I first started your collection when you were 12.
Cute.
That's your rite of passage. All right, I have some emerald. These are
I
a
love
little,
the color on
yeah,
that,
these
too.
are a little more, because it's emerald, and I don't have any more. Oh. Thank you, Shelly. I think you'll like those. So this is lot 529. And this is undyed, untreated, natural emerald chunk. That's just the stone itself drilled. And they're pretty nice little pieces. You can see they're glinting softly. So ruby, sapphire, and emerald are pretty much the same stone matrix. They're just different colors. So I think you would call that, if you were going the old school way, is carbuncle.
Carbuncle.
Yes, it's kind of a horrendous word, but it's biblical, I think. The shield or the gemstone plate, I think that Agamemnon was wearing, had carbuncles of emerald.
That's crazy you remember that. Like you're just laying it down so casually right now, that strange fact that you've been harboring.
Well, I've been listening to Marcus Aurelius's meditations, and it was like, dude could have written that yesterday. I'm like, it doesn't sound like it's ancient writing, except when he starts talking about the gods. Then I'm like, okay. All right, this is 546 Emerald. Yeah, that's a particularly. Yeah, they're not. There's
That
plenty of
natural
room.
smoothness.
I would wire wrap those on, like at the bottom of a chain, and make an earring, maybe a mismatched pair. I love them. So that's five. What does that say? Is like 546, $15. If you want to say, hey, I've got some emeralds. Now's your chance, because usually emerald is kind of hard to find.
We
I
haven't
mean,
put these out ever before.
no, that's part of my collection.
We
from
don't
my
have
friend,
a lot either.
My friend Kia,
All right, do this
back
one
in the
next.
day. All right, so I have a little bit of this left. This
is the
is
last one, I think.
all right. So I have 4 of these. This is aquamarine, $12. If you want to have a little taste test of some aquamarine
We have
rondelles,
4 of those.
there's 4, and that's lot 544. If you're interested, these have a nice kind of seafoam color. I think they have a, like, I don't know how to describe it. It's a very fresh color. It's almost like Peruvian opal, but Peruvian opal is more green. These definitely are more on the blue side. It's a nice, like...
We got 3 left.
Oh, so there's 3 left, you guys, if there's any takers. So it's, what does that say? Is like $5.44 for $12.
I couldn't find any more of that either. I used the last of it.
Yeah, that's it. Well, I mean, I've macrame and knotted it, and it's wide enough that you can go fine. You can do fine cord
where
with
you
it.
can kind of, where it's pale and mostly opaque, but you can kind of see a little through the light.
Yeah, you could see. I mean, it has a nice smooth blue. It's definitely, it's a pretty stone. I'm pretty crazy about it. I used up what I had.
We only got 2 left.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, you get, like, if you were to make a necklace with that at Aquamarine at $12, I mean, you could just practically right there, you could string it with some silver. I would maybe even wire wrap that. You know what I would do also is pair that with some pink. You guys know how I love pink and green together.
Let's do it.
Oh yeah, there you go. Look at that. Yeah, exactly.
Or alternatively,
Yeah, that's really pretty. Oh yeah, now you're talking.
all 3.
So, yeah, when you put it with other colors, you can see how it kind of pops. So that is, all right, this is this. All right, this $5.44. So if you want, I think there's 2 left, just message us and we'll let you know if $5.44 is available. And on the last thing,
the last lot is that, look, we got to put out the one with the tag.
oh, sorry.
Is that pink ruby?
So this is a pale pink ruby, and it's in a cube cut. I've seen it in different colors of sapphire. I didn't see that much of it in ruby, and I snatched that up. So if you're interested in some cubed, faceted ruby, it's $5.47, $12. I bought a lot of this, and the reason I like it so much is because it has nice big holes. Look at the size of the cord that's on. So you could actually, so there's 3 of them. Looks like they're almost all gone.
Oh, sorry guys. I just shook that phone so good. Alright, give me just one moment to write this down, y'all. Thank you for your patience. You guys can ogle your eyes at those rubies while I write.
I'll show you how to tell if they're well drilled. So when you match them together, give them some space, and if they spin and they're not spinning all like different and jankety, then they're well drilled. And they're not going to give you a pain when you're trying to work with them. I would say that this, you've seen this on my thread necklaces. In fact, I have one. Well, I don't know what I did with it, but I rearranged today, and then I put stuff in new spots, and it's hard to see. But you could thread this on S cord. That's how big the hole is. I feel like there's a micro cord, and this would fit it. They have a nice hard sparkle. So this is $5.47. If you'd like some, it's $12. You could message Azalea or me. Oh, our friend Ann Gardan. She says, hey everyone, just home from the studio. What a nice surprise. Oh, Ann, I miss you. Can't wait to see you if you do Tucson. We're going to go do Tucson this year, but we're going to do a Tucson like we've never done it before.
We'll be talking about that at length when we're doing our daily lives. All
Mhm.
right.
So that's 5:47. All right. So we're getting ready to flip it. I'm going to do this one so it's not bouncing. Oh, well, let's check out these things for a second and see how they look. All right, so these guys look like... All right, there's a tiny bit of tackiness on
And
that.
you put that so stressfully. We need to talk. Nerve-wracking.
Okay, we'll do that. All right, so you can see that had a little bit of the flawed area. Easy fix, easy fix. All right, let's look at these. Okay, that one came out. I think this one came out perfect. The only one that came out perfect was this one.
I'm a particular big fan of that pink head.
I knew you would be.
You know how I feel about pink.
Yeah,
And
here's
far, far
that.
eyes.
Here's that froggy little head. Came out good. You can see the colors a little bit better when it's shiny. And then look at that one. So Azalea said she was going to make some bodies for these heads. And
You guys will probably see a video on our YouTube about that.
oh yeah, she's been working on different YouTube videos. Oh, and then here's the one that fell down into that candle. But you know what? If I wanted this to be matte finish, I could just put my finger all over it like this and tap it.
Maybe there's other ways to do that.
There's other ways to do it, but that's
Less
one
paper
of the
plate
ways.
smeary.
That's one of the ways that you could do that. Azalea's not a fan of that way, but I think it's pretty good. All right, I'm going to flip the camera around. Let me see. Front camera. Oh, they do look ceramic and adorable. I know. I think they kind of they remind me of glass beads. Oh, Marty. Bless his heart. How patient and loving is that cat? Look at
It's my
his-
son.
Yes, he's a good boy. Oh, did I show this Sunday? Did I show this? It's my necklace of power. Did you guys see this? I'm kind of crazy about it.
Look at his face. So
And this is where I did this little maneuver. And when I was wearing it, it was like this. It was kind of like, it was like the Great Conjunction up in here. That's how I was wearing it. But if it flipped, it's like this side too. So not bad. See? Not bad at all. I think that's my new favorite clasp. Anyway, that's my new favorite necklace. I'm wearing it. All right, friends. That was our little mini live, and that was so that we could also announce on Friday our PDF downloadable paper dolls will be available. It's only taken us like 6 years to figure it out, but I think now that we've almost got it finished, we have our we're going to launch it on Friday, so we just want to let everyone know it's at 7 o'clock Friday. We will be launching that. And I told Azalea, do you think we should go on and show people how to do this? We might. We'll have to decide.
And we're getting pretty accustomed to just doing spur of the moment lives.
Yeah,
So-
I know. So it's been fun. At first I was kind of like, I don't know if I like it or not, but
We've gotten
I
used
feel
to
like,
it, and it's
I
nice.
have
It's
an
not-
interaction. I'm not just sitting here by myself making stuff and then like taking a picture. And even though this is kind of, like you guys are looking at me through this and Azalea, it feels more interactive, if that makes any sense. I don't know. But anyway, we're getting the hang of it and we're not as shy as we were.
No.
I'm more comfortable, so that's a good thing. So Clem, we will probably go live just briefly on Friday evening, but we will be going ahead and launching our paper dolls, and hopefully if I can get it done, I have my crochet workshop that I've been working on like crazy. It's a lot of photos I've been taking, and that's coming soon. If I can't get it on Friday, then I'm going to be pushing to get it done on Sunday. So that's what is happening with that cat. He is not in the mood for it. Look at that long-suffering face. He's just...
He doesn't mind too much.
No. He's not a big fan of it. But,
He just kind of complains, but he doesn't really do anything about it. Look,
yeah.
he could
He's-
fully leave right now, and he's just...
I know. I love that cat. All right, friends. Thank you for joining us on this beautiful Sunday evening. It's getting towards the last of the summer. and we've been, making and coming up with some new things, new content to share. And I have some ideas, and new crafts are coming. So stay tuned. You guys can see us on Sunday. All right, friends, we will see you soon. You guys have a wonderful rest of your week.
Good night.
Okay, bye-bye.